Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jeff Burr with the Tattooed Spirit. We're moving along that bottom line of the major arcana, and after the excitement and all the enthusiasm of that very positive sun card, it really struck me before I sat down here just now, just about the importance of this next card, and how to a lot of us it's really important to know that just dealing with the first two rows and that all-important Fool card since the very, very beginning, you can live a very self-fulfilled, very happy, create your own type of experience, very fulfilled life. This entire bottom row, whenever you really are wanting to question, to want answers, to better understand not just how your particular life works in the scheme of things, but just the nature of reality of self. The reality itself. This Judgment card, card number 20, this is where it really kind of all comes together as far as there just being a call for some of us. And if you're watching these videos, there's a very good chance that that call is speaking to you. It's a call to tell you that the reality of nature has changed itself. Just as how the Justice card is a reminder that you take the realizations from the Wheel of Fortune just before into your own personal life and how you deal with the others and the other situations in your life. It's the same thing with this Judgment. With this Judgment card, there's a realization that there is a call from deep within that only speaks to those of us who truly want to know our true natures amongst all the other individuals that seem different than us. This card, I'm going to keep on saying it because I'm doing it purposefully. It is the call to understand that our deeper nature is that of a quantum reality, a holographic shared experience with everybody else. We're all sort of being resurrected from this old way of being whenever things really seem to be crusty for you. Whenever you're really looking for something, especially if you always thought you were on the spiritual path, but nothing's really clicking in for you. This card is really speaking to you. That's why, well, there's many ways to interpret it. We're going to keep it very simple. On the flag, this angel's flag, it is the crossroads. This is the people that find themselves at a major, what they think is a disadvantage because there's a big choice to make. And whenever the appearance of this card happens, it means that there's a realization that you need to answer the call to the realization that you're entering in a brand new reality. A change has already taken place. There's absolutely no accident the more you study these cards that it happens right underneath the biggest change agent card to your own personal experience. Now we're working with the more universal experience with you involved with everybody else and how your new life involves other people in a brand new way. Now, I spoke about this because it's such an overlaying, I spoke about this kind of concept because it's such an overlaying and it happens in a lot of different themes with a lot of other cards. But because we have one more card, actually the next card is going to wrap up this entire cycle in the world, the world card. This card is telling us that our world has changed. We have to begin looking at it and moving through it in a brand new way. Beginning to see other people as the exact same as us. It's time to resurrect from our old way of being. And that truly means from the very card before, even beyond moving with pure joy in the world, we begin to realize that our pure joy affects the entire world itself. It's the truest nature of what we are doing here, is understanding that we are the most necessary piece in the puzzle. And when you begin to understand that, then the seriousness of this card, it just changes everything. Now, I've used this little metaphor amongst other cards. I've done really great seminars all over the place, and I often say that before enlightenment, you still have to, chop wood and carry water, just the same as after enlightenment. But after enlightenment, when you realize that you are just you're the most important cog in this entire clockwork of the universe. When you make that realization, then you just and to use this metaphor, you just chop wood and carry water in a completely different way. You know that you are the most important person in an egoless view in everybody else's experience. And you understand that they are that for you. This is the study of quantum physics. This is the study of non-locality. This is the study of non-duality. This is a very, very deep card. It's bringing my energy very, very concentrated. I'm not even sure I'm speaking clearly, because in the next card, as you'll see, it's almost indescribable, the depth of how whenever you work with the true meaning of this card, understanding that you are different for a reason, that you are different because you're called to live life differently so that you can bring other people to you that mimic that same difference through this wonderful, beautiful, very deep hologram. This is a very deep and very, very wide-ranging esoteric card. Basically, whenever you see this card, it means that you have to live up to the change. You have to live up to understanding that no matter what choice you make, you then make it the right choice. And that you're being, like I said, just as this angel is calling upon these people to resurrect after the death, after the change, it becomes your new way of life to live that in every moment. If it comes in reversed, it means that you're resisting the call, that you're confused as to what to move forward in, that your subconscious programming perhaps is directing you in another way that you're just used and familiar to do because of what you've always done. And you're going to find that that's not working for you anymore. You'll feel it, you'll see it, you'll absolutely recognize it in this card. And whenever we get into the teaching of the meditations and to get yourself into the very comfortable, relaxed state, this reverse judgment, you're going to be able to find clarity. You're going to literally be able to turn this card upside down and have a much clearer understanding of where to take your path whenever you reach that crossroads that this card is referring to, that calling. Okay? On that solemn note, I hope it's also a positive note, because this is offered with a lot of enthusiasm. It's offered with a lot of love and guidance and support along your journey whenever you come across this beautiful judgment card. The next card is the most wide-ranging card that we have. It's called the World, and it's almost as indescribable as the concept of infinity, and we're going to be talking about that next.